set my beers on the pool table. I don't need to. I'll put them over here. I'll put them over here. I have too much respect for the game. Hi folks, my name is Adam, and I don't have an erection right now. Also, by round of applause, who did not just look at my dick? Okay, there are some perverts in the room. Good to know. I know you came for a show, but let's keep our eyes up here. I am not a piece of meat. Although I have been working out, not a lot, just enough to seem in shape. And that was seem in shape, not semen shaped. That doesn't make any sense. Come on, guys, get your head out of the gutter. I'm looking at you, Red. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I do wonder, are we certain that when a man jerks off in the shower, the semen just dies? Like, can it survive outside of the water, like in the water? What I'm asking really is, could it get into the sewer system and then finish the job? Like, I don't know, it could come out of a bidet, I could have a French child perhaps. There could be a Ninja Turtle scenario. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Yeah, we should Google it. If you Google it, I promise you, you will find pornography of that. I promise you. I haven't seen it, but it's there. I know from a guy who told me that. It's good to be with you guys at Bosses, by the way. I've done this show before. I've always had a lot of fun coming here. I have worked at Bosses. Not in Sioux City, obviously, but I worked at the one in Rapid. I worked at the one in Sioux Falls. I've worked at Papa John's before. I've got an extensive background in pizza. I don't want to get cocky. I wouldn't say that I can make a pizza with my eyes closed, but I know I can do it high. And so do most of you. What else were we going to talk about tonight? Give me a second. We're doing some old stuff. Okay, here's a question for you. If you could travel back in time and kill Hitler before he did the Holocaust, would you? I mean, is this like a Nazi rally? Like, you would, right? We're just going to say for the sake of the joke, you would. Here's the next question. What if people going back in time to kill young Hitler is why Hitler became Hitler? Think about it. Think about it. Because we smoke pot at Bosses Pizza.
No more Netflix for you.
I parked my car next to a dumpster yesterday. And it must have been a bad dumpster. Because there was a sign on it. And that sign said, "This dumpster is under 24-hour surveillance." What do they think it's going to do? Is it a Decepticon? A really shitty Decepticon? Trash compactor? Okay, so we talked about semen. We talked about getting high at Bosses Pizza, which I'd love to do tonight. We talked about trash compactor. Okay. This is just a thought. If you're a bird, so picture it, if you are a bird and you get hit by a car, you're a fucking stupid bird. I don't even feel bad for you a little bit. I'll swerve for a chipmunk. you know? But, like, you could go fucking anywhere, and you're gonna get on 29? Really? Like, screw you, okay? Fuck yourself. I feel strongly about that. I also feel strongly about people who say, I'm not racist, but here's my racist opinion. You familiar with that guy? You ever think that goes the other way? Like some dude's hanging out at a KKK rally and he's like, look, I'm racist. I just don't think Barack Obama's from Kenya. Why would he change his name to Barack? Doesn't make sense. Why is the racist Southern? Because I'm a bigot. What else do we want to talk about, guys? What do you guys want to talk about? Strippers? Let's talk about that stripper that Skyler banged that he acted like he didn't bang. Just kidding, we want his girlfriend's employees here. What are you, spying on him? She's not even here. Why are you here?
Because I work here.
Oh, fair enough. Did you embed yourself to spy on Skyler tonight?
No.
Was she onto him with the strippers?
I'll ask tomorrow.
Okay, good. I'm going to leave you guys with my last joke because I can't remember the other ones. Do you know how I know the 90s were great? Wilford Brimley. I'm Wilford Brimley and I've got diabetes. Diabetes. Wilford Brimley was the face of diabetes for 2 decades. Wilford Brimley cannot say diabetes. What do you think it was like to film that commercial? How many takes must they have done that they settled on diabetes? Okay, Wilford, that last word you just did kind of sounded a little wonky on the mic. Sounded like when you said diabetes, like you were saying diabetes. So just say it again, okay? I'm Wilford Brimley and I've got diabetes. Okay, cut. Just the last word, okay? We're talking about that last word. Just diabetes. Diabetes. Okay, cut. We're just going to call that a wrap, guys. We're going to put that on TV for the next 20 fucking years. Thanks so much, guys. My name is Adam Welke. It's been fun. Please put your hands together for your next comic, the very funny Mr. Luke Johnson.
All right, thank you very much. Give a round of applause to all the comedians you saw tonight. Adam Wilke, Miranda Gink, your host Skyler Bolts, and yourselves for coming down here for this lovely party that Boston has thrown. My name is Luke Johnson, and as of right now, I owe more medical bills than I do in student loans. At last, I am an adult. But I've been going through some very troubling personal stuff recently. When something is a part of your life for as long as you can remember, and then suddenly it's taken away, it has a really profound effect on you. It makes you question everything about yourself, even who you are as a person. What I'm trying to say here is, I haven't pooped in 3 days. I think what it is that I've hit stage 3 of oldness, where suddenly fiber becomes a very important part of your life. Stage 4 is when you start telling complete strangers about your medical conditions, and I'm glad I haven't hit that. Oh shit. This catches up with you fast. Well, like I said, I've been going through this stuff. I've been seeing the doctor a lot. I've had to do things I've never had to do before. Last month, I had to spend an entire day collecting my urine. And not for the usual reason. I drive in Sioux Falls and my horn doesn't work. Gotta get the point across somehow. But I want to get to the bottom of this. I need to find out what's wrong and what I can do about it. Do I have to change my diet? Do I have to get surgery? Or Do I just have to learn to be okay with feeling like shit all the time? Fortunately, I mastered that skill in junior high. But the good news is, as a side effect to all this, over the last 6 months, I've lost 40 pounds. So, if anyone can help me find them, none of my clothes fit anymore and I can't afford new ones. So I've got a question for you guys. Who among you, round of applause, had parents who were really hard on them growing up? Anyway, okay, couple of it. Good. And I get it. You want to be hard on your kids. You want them to grow up to be useful, responsible members of society. I think my mom took it a little too far. Because when I was a sophomore in high school, I got really sick, and I had to go to the hospital, and I passed out on the trip. When I woke up, I was there in the bed, and the doctor was in the room, and he said, "It looks like you've contracted influenza B." And Mom looks down at me and says, "Why not influenza A?" When I was in junior high, I had this concert I had to go to, and I didn't want to go because it was a concert and I was in junior high. And I started feeling really sick in the middle of dinner, and I throw up right back into my bowl of soup. And I took this as proof that I needed to stay home, and Mom was not having it. She said, "No, that's ridiculous. You're not really sick. It's just your nerves acting up. You're going to the concert tonight. Now finish your soup." Yeah, we were brought up to believe that we were bad kids, and we've made up for that by being bad adults. Specifically whenever she asks for grandkids. Because whenever she asks me, when am I going to have grandkids? I tell her, as soon as I can convince my roommate to get the operation. My sister tells her that if you want grandkids, you'll have to have them yourself. So it should come as no surprise that I didn't date a lot in college, or before college, or after college. Part of that was by design. I played hard to want. And I wasn't one of those guys who was like, "Oh, I don't understand why nobody loves me." I know why, all right? I know it's because I took a career aptitude test and it came back negative. I know it's because I radiate desperation. Like if it were visible, I'd look like Pigpen from Charlie Brown up here. Yeah, and my friends, they try to help me to, think of it more positive. They'll ask, who do you think is your dream woman? And I'd have to say it's Carmen Sandiego, because I can't fucking find her. And I'm pretty sure anytime I get close, she moves to another continent. Or they'll say, well, you just need to adjust your expectations, which means you need to lower your standards. And, I mean, we've all got that list, right? That list of qualities that someone has to have before you're willing to consider a relationship. But I've got that list, and here is that list. Can you suck a dick? Can you make a pie? End of list. And frequency is negotiable. We'll start at once a year and work our way up. And the only reason I ask for these things is that I can't do them myself. If I could, I wouldn't need you. Or comedy. I'd be at home right now, having some pie. The problem is she's always going to ask for equal value. Well, can you make me come and fix my car? Give it a shot, but if 2 hours from now the bed is covered in engine parts and your motor's not running either, I think we're going to have to call in a professional. My greatest relationship success story from when I was younger, a few years out of college, I met this woman who they said would sleep with anyone. And after years of intense personal training, I finally qualified. And even that's come back to haunt me because I got a call from her out of the blue last month, and she said that she'd contracted hepatitis C. And now I was at risk and I was going to have to get tested. And I panicked. Hepatitis C. Oh man, Mom's going to be pissed. So I'm tired of the winter. For a variety of reasons, but the main one right now is that everyone I know seems to be getting sick. And I don't like getting sick, but I'm always prepared for it. I'm always well stocked on the 2 supplies I need to get me through any cold or flu season: orange juice and Sudafed. In fact, a month ago I went into Hy-Vee to get my orange juice and Sudafed, I get up to the counter and the cashier says, huh? Looks like someone's fighting off a cold. Maybe. Maybe I like screwdrivers with my crystal meth. You don't fucking know me. The only thing I don't get at Hy-Vee is my Kleenex because I don't want those good people to know just how much I masturbate. It disturbs even me. For that I go to Walmart because I don't give a shit what they think. And quite honestly, neither do they. So just yesterday, in fact, I was in Walmart to get my Kleenex and orange juice and Sudafed. Cashier says, oh, looks like someone enjoys screwdrivers with their crystal meth. You know, we sell vodka now. Oh, thanks for the tip. The other main reason why I want to get out of winter is because I need to get back to a season where you can spend some time outside so that I can enjoy my favorite outside activity, which is the porch beer. And you know what that's like, right? You get home from your day at work, you're tired, you're cranky, you open up a beer, sit on the porch, watch the sunset. It's so relaxing. Isn't it just the best feeling? And you know you're onto a good thing when complete strangers talk to you about whatever it is that you're doing. Like just yesterday, in fact, it was very pleasant out, so I was enjoying myself a porch beer. And someone I'd never spoken to before, had never seen in my life, comes up to me and says, hey, why don't you put on some pants? You know what else I really like? When people mind their own fucking business. I'm just hoping that this summer goes better than last summer. Last summer I bought some birdseed. Didn't work. I don't know what went wrong. I planted it, watered it every day. Still no birds. Bullshit. Oh, I'm proud of myself for that one. I don't know why. I was having a lot of troubles in my car recently, many of which were related to fire. But that thing has been a just colossal piece of shit since I got it. Like, well, one time I got a ticket, and when the cop was filling out all the forms for color of the car, he just wrote bird shit. Because there was more of that on it than paint. Last summer I had to take it in for repairs, and I took it to Tires. And that was my first mistake. I should have gone to Brakes. But really, I gotta ask, who named that place? I figure it's gotta be the kid with Tourette's that they hired to clean out the grease pit. Like they're having the big meeting before the grand opening. Okay, we're just about to open, but first we gotta name the place. We really should have figured this out a long time ago. What are we gonna call the new garage? And the kid says, why don't we call it Tires? Tires! That's good, Braden. That's real good. Much better than your last suggestion of tires, cunt. Oh. I have this problem with signs in that they always say what they, actually say instead of what I think they should. The main one, actually the one that caught my attention is last week I was doing laundry, and in the same strip mall where my laundromat is, there's a store with a sign that says La Casa Latina, and then the helpful English translation, Mexican store. I thought, that can't be legal. Not for that reason, stop thinking it. You can't just sell. I mean, I know this is Trump's America now, but there are still laws. Okay, not a fan of that one. That's fine. We're moving on. Let me preface this next bit by explaining, I'm a liberal, but I'm a South Dakota liberal, or as I say out on the coast, conservative. What that means is I've seen every episode of West Wing and Dukes of Hazzard. I watch professional wrestling for the story. I judge a man not by the color of his skin, but by the color of his tractor. And I don't think guns are dangerous. I think Americans are dangerous, and maybe shouldn't have guns. Fortunately, I've got the solution to the gun control problem in this country. Here's what we do. We confiscate all firearms belonging to everyone, private citizens, cops, military, everyone, and replace them with Nerf replicas. Think of the benefits. Suddenly, road rage, not really a problem. Now you fuck up in traffic, you go home with your car covered in sucker darts. You know you did something wrong, and you got ammunition for tomorrow's commute. Plus, think of the rewrite of last year's most popular headline, "Local police have fun with unarmed black teenager." Thank you, Adam.
It's always so funny.
Finally, since I'm not done jumping up and down on the comedy third rail, I'd like to address the role of religion in modern society. I feel that people don't go to church as often as they should, and I know this because I didn't see any of you at church on Sunday. Sinners. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, but Luke, I went to church on Sunday. Come to think of it, I didn't see you there. That's because I didn't go, which only proves my point. See, the problem with church is that you don't want to get up early on a weekend to get dressed up, sit on an uncomfortable bench, and hear about how you're a terrible person. But you'll get up early on a weekend for French toast. See, that's what we do. We combine religion with breakfast. We go around, we bless all the IHOPs and the Waffle Houses. We hold the services there. Of course, we're going to have to change the scripture a bit. Something to, eat of this Belgian waffle, for it is my body, and covered in maple syrup, for it is my blood. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the buttered toast. Amen. We're going to need a new pope, too. Because, I like Pope Frank, but he's just not going to cut it for this bold new direction. And I can see the scene now where they're out at the Vatican and they send up the black smoke and then the white smoke to signify they've chosen the new pope. And then the new pope comes out on the balcony and he's all resplendent in his robes and big hat. Maybe a giant spoon. And the media's there and they look up at the balcony and they say, Pope Antonio I, how does it feel to be the pope? It's great! All right, thank you very much, Boston Pizza and Chicken! Keep it going for Skylar Bolts, Miranda Mint, Adam Wilka, and yourselves. Thank you so much. Have a great night.